Our Creative Space for Civic Thinking programme supports our sector to better facilitate meaningful participation of people and communities in decision-making processes that impact on their lives.
It involves work is all around how we can put people at the heart of decision making. So a few months ago now, we worked with Building Change Trust and a number of different organisations to develop this idea of a citizen assembly and how it could be a solution to some of the really kind of contested and difficult issues that Northern Ireland and many other countries today are trying to deal with. So Building Change Trust have been an important supporter of that, helping to get it started in the first place, and are now an important funder of the initiative as well. So our hope is that the Citizens Assembly for Northern Ireland really demonstrates the role that the public can play in reaching really informed decisions on some really complex and controversial topics. And so this will just be one kind of pilot example, but we hope that the Assembly and the Executive or the other institutions in Northern Ireland will adopt it in the long term to face some of the other difficult issues that have gone unresolved until this point.
Without BCT, there wouldn't be an open government network. BCT helped us to establish the network back in 2015 and have been supporting us both financially and with advice for the last 3.5 years. We've worked with the Cabinet Office, the Department of Finance to come up with commitments for the UK National Action Plan. So we got the first ever Northern Ireland specific commitments signed off by the Executive, commitments in areas like open data, open contracting and open policy making. We've put pressure on politicians and with regard to political party donations. We've lobbied party policy officers to include commitments in their manifestos. We have introduced participatory budgeting to Northern Ireland, and it seems to have kicked off in quite a big way. Looking to the future, our plan is to continue to push for transparency and accountability. It's really needed at this time in this country.
The Waste No Time project began 2 or 3 years ago as a collaboration between a number of organisations to really explore people's appetite for citizen engagement in the new Causeway, Coast and Glens Council area. We were really testing out different approaches and methods that would create curiosity, interest and would have value for local people. Last year we decided to explore one particular approach, which is participatory budgeting, and hence grew the Big Dish Out project. Participatory budgeting, which began in Brazil in the late 1980s, is across the world, and this is the first time that the Causeway, Coast and Glens Council was actually trialling out a process that really gives voice to the people on the edge. The Big Dish Out has a really simple recipe. It's really about, first of all, asking folk about what matters to them in their areas. What are the things that would make a difference to their community and to their lives? Building Change Trust have supported the Waste No Time project since the beginning, and they have been a really incredible funder, both in terms of obviously the money, around which not much can happen without money, but also in terms of their support and flexibility and willingness to walk alongside with us along the journeys and the ups and the downs.